Very warm welcome to all the learners present over here. So, as you all are aware that today's topic that we have selected for this session is related to the National Higher Education Qualification Framework that is being framed by the University Grant Commission and the Ministry of Education of the Government of India. Now, first, let me tell you that why it is necessary to take this particular topic as a part of discussion. Being in this profession of the teaching, it is well expected from all the teachers that their inputs will be reflected in the terms of the outcomes uh, that will be shown by the students. Now, sometimes it becomes really very difficult that even though after giving a huge amount of the input, we are unable to assess or we are unable to find out the expected outcomes from the students. In such type of the situations that we face, it becomes necessary for us to uh, learn and develop ourselves also to upgrade our knowledge and even to understand that what are the expectations that are framed at the national level from the teachers and what are the outcomes, expected outcomes they are looking ahead from the students in the terms of their year of graduation. As well as in this particular session, we will go ahead with the details that are related to the term like the graduate attributes, then the term related to the different levels, and some of the basic terms that are related again with the National Higher Education Qualification Framework. At the end of this session, the teacher will be able to understand the gravity of taking this topic so that it will add up uh, the dimension in their thinking that what is actually expected from the teachers. So now we will start with this particular session and I will share the presentation over this particular topic. This presentation is basically made from the a publication that is done from the UGC and is related to NHEQF. So basically now we can understand this that this particular topic give us the reason that why we should undergo the topic related to the National Higher Education Qualification Framework. To start with this topic, first let us discuss about the present education policy that we are following. This is the National Education Policy. The short form is NEP 2020. What was the need for going for this particular national education policy is that the major term is that this education policy is the student-centric approach. Now, the basic feature related to this particular education policy is that it is a multidisciplinary education system. It gives the opportunity to the student to do the multiple entry and the exit. It focuses on the vocational education system. It also emphasizes on the mobility between the streams. And the most important part is that the key focus of this particular method is based on the learning outcomes and the competencies that are gained by the student or a learner. So this particular education policy is having a strong aim, and the responsibility of fulfilling this aim comes over the shoulder of all the teachers. The aim to develop the student in a good way, to a thoughtful way. Students should be well-rounded. They should be creative individual. They must develop character, ethical, and the constitutional values. They should have the intellectual curiosity. They should have the scientific temper, creativity, and the spirit of services. Now, to develop all these things within the student, it becomes necessary that the course or the curriculum that we are taking for the particular undergraduate or the postgraduate courses, it should consist of the various elements, maybe like this: the flexible structure to enable the creativity. It should have the multidisciplinary context. It should have the innovative and the creative curriculum part. It should have the subjects that are related to the community engagement, related to the environmental education or the sustainable goals that are set to be achieved by the each individual. Value-based education system, skill development, professional and industrial exposure. So at the same time, when we are framing the curriculum by including all these elements, it becomes necessary for all of us to develop the various methods that should be competent to teach all these particular methods or the part of the curriculum. Now, if we talk about the structure and the duration that is being mentioned under the NEP, for the UG, the total period is of 3 years and 4 years with the honors. If the student complete the first year, he or she may get the certificate. After completion of 2 years, the diploma is awarded. After completion of 3 years, bachelor degree is awarded. And after completion of 4 years, the bachelor with the honors is awarded. When we are taking the topic related to the national quality framework, first that thing that should come to our mind is that what is qualification? So qualification is nothing but it is the formal award in the terms of the certificate, diploma or degree that is given. Then NQF is what? It stands for an instrument for the classification of qualification according to the set of a criteria for specific level. That is National Quality Framework. So National Quality Framework defines basically the learning outcomes. Then what is the role of the National Quality Framework in the education? It improves the transparency of individual through learning outcomes. It enhances understanding, an instrument for accountability of the education and the training. It makes the education system to be more demand focused. It reduces the mismatch between the expectations and conduction. Now, this national quality framework is consisting of various parts that focus on the individual aspects. First, let us see about the National Vocational Education Qualification Framework. This particular framework is developed for that is basically focused over the job or the professional skills that should be developed among the students. Similarly, the National Skill Qualification Framework is developed. This National Skill Qualification Framework focuses over the various types of the skill that should be enhanced and developed among the individual. And the third is the National Higher Education Qualification Framework. Now, this particular National Higher Education Qualification Framework is related to the students, those who undergo for the education after 12th. So right from first year, second year, third year, fourth year of UG, then PG first year and second year, and PhD. Depending upon this level are set, and for each level, the details are mentioned that what are the expected outcomes and what are the graduate attributes that is expected from the student. An instrument for the this National Higher Education Qualification Framework is nothing but it is an instrument for the development, classification, and recognition of qualification along with the continuum of levels from 4.5 to 8. The important part to focus over here is that it highlights the level from 4.5 to 8. So further we will be discussing about each of these level and the expectations from set that are set from each of these level. First, it should come to the mind that why we should refer to this NHEQF. It is necessary because it is an integrated national framework, because the point of reference when setting and assessing the academic standards. it becomes very hard for us that how to assess the students and how we can set our standards for doing the assessment of the students when we are thinking about the global standing of the student and the aspects of the students capability to work at the various geographical or the various cultural regions. So these give us a standard or the uniform or a benchmark that this much amount of the values or the essential knowledge should be imparted among the students so that they will be able and they can be assessed at a uniform level. It helps enable stakeholders to understand the expectations as per the learning outcomes. Being a teacher, again, we are a very important part of our stakeholders, and thus it is also applicable for all of us to understand that what are the expectations. It gives the potential progression. It set out the academic standards, irrespective of the college that you are working or irrespective of the state you are working in. This particular national higher education quality framework set up the academic standards that should be achieved throughout the nation. It supports the lifelong learning by making the provisions like multiple entry and exit, by making the provision of academic bank of credit. It helps to guide the for the quality assurance. And the most important part is that it gives us a target that what we actually need to develop among the students and when we can say that they have achieved this particular benchmark. So this level of achieving the benchmark is represented in the terms of the National Higher Education Quality Framework various levels and the graduate attributes. Now, what are the various steps of the qualification and how we can classify this? Actually, we have discussed this, but again, we will take a quick part of this. So, the undergraduate certification will be given to the student those who have completed the first year. Similarly, the diploma will be given to the student those who complete the second year. Bachelor degree will be given to the student after the completion of 3 years. And the bachelor degree with the honors will be given to the students those who have completed the 4 year course. Similarly, the post graduation will be given to the student after the completion of diploma will be after the completion of first year, and the postgraduate degree will be after the completion of second years. Now, this is the important part because depending upon this, it will make the teacher or the faculty to understand that to which particular class you are teaching and then what is expected from that particular level. To start with this, the first level starts from 4.5. This is the undergraduate certificate. That means it is the first year. So the level 4.5 represents the first year, which is consisting of 2 semesters. Level 5 is UG program second year. Level 5.5 is UG program's third year. That means completion of 6 semesters. Level 6 is the bachelor degree with the 4 years. That means 8 semesters. Level 6.5 is the first year of your master's degree. And level 7 is the completion of your 2 years master degree. Level 8 is the doctoral degree. So for the technical education, we can say the level 4.5 to 4.5 to up to the level of 6 bachelor will be undertaken, and from level 6.5 to 7 the master's degree is undertaken, and for level 8 it is doctoral degree. Now, to moving ahead with this level, first we need to understand a particular term that is called as the graduate attributes. What actually it means? Graduate attribute means that the particular student should possess and should be able to demonstrate his skills, his knowledge, and his qualities for the specific parameters that are represented under this particular framework. It also focus and very clearly explain that what type of the mode of the learning is expected. So when we think about the teaching, we only focus over the one mode of the learning, that is face to face. However, under the NEP and under this framework, it is considered that all these modes of the learning is uh, expect accepted, and all these are the essential part for bringing the fruitful outcome from the student. The modes of the learning mentioned are face to face, open or the distance mode, online learning, hybrid or the blended mode, and the self-study part. Now, moving ahead with this, we will go ahead with the part that is related to the graduate attributes. On the basis of the outcomes, learning outcomes that are set, the graduate attributes are mentioned. How we can understand the particular graduate has gained this particular outcome or not. This is a sign of the understanding or the sign of the representation that after this, if you observe all these things, yes, we can say that this particular outcome is achieved by the student. So first outcome is learning outcome is related to the interdisciplinary learning areas. If you see that the student is able to demonstrate a comprehensive knowledge and a coherent understanding related to the interdisciplinary area, or if you can see that the practical professional and the professional knowledge is gained by the student and he is able to do the skill work, or the skill related to the specialization are shown by the student, or we can see that the capacity to extrapolate from what he has learned for the real life situations is being shown or the demonstrated by the student. We say that yes, the student has gained the outcome related to the interdisciplinary area of learning. The second term is related to the generic learning outcomes. First, we should understand the term generic. Generic means on the broader sense, or on like in the general terms, we can say that which is applicable everywhere. So the first outcome that can be reflected if the student demonstrate capability to solve the various kinds of problem that are familiar or non-familiar, and to apply it over the real life situations, to analyze the thing, to identify the relevant assumptions, to identify the logical flow and argument holes in the argument with the others. So it basically focus over the critical thinking power. It also focus over the creativity. If you can see that the student is able to show the creativity in the terms of innovation, in the terms of problem solving, in the terms if you can see that he or she is having out of box thinking capability. So we can see that the student has the learn the outcome related to the generic learning outcomes. If the student is having a very good communication skill, and we can see it when we observe that the student is having a very careful listening power, or read sincerely, or carry out the research paper analysis minutely. Similarly, shows the confidence, shows the constructive logical arguments, conveys ideas. If the student is having very analytical and the rational thinking capabilities, if the student can demonstrate the research related skills, if you can observe that he is capable to inquire, he is capable to problematize or articulate the issues, if he is able to define the problem, if he is able to recognize and find out the particular method that can be adapted to carry out the research problem, or the capability of collecting the data, representing the data is shown. Similarly, if the student is able to do the like the coordination or the collaboration with others, when you see that the particular student is good in doing the teamwork related to the projects or the mini project or the dissertations. So all these assessment are based through the mode of the observation or the continual assessment that we need to carry out behind a particular student. There are several attributes that are given. When the student able to demonstrate all these attributes, we come to the conclusion that yes, this particular outcome is achieved. And these attributes are classified under various heads. It is related to the digital and technological skill. It is related to the multicultural competencies. It is related to the value inculcation. It is related to the autonomy, responsibility, and accountability. It is related to the potential and of the student that he demonstrate towards the environmental awareness and action, community engagement and services, empathy towards other. So these are the attributes, graduate attributes that are expected. So in other words, if we try to make a gist, these are the various parts that we need to focus, that we need to develop among the students. And if the students show all these, students are able to demonstrate all these various elements, yes, we can say that the particular outcome is achieved. Moving ahead. Now we will start with the various levels that are set under NHEQF and what are the descriptors and how we can identify these particular descriptors that the student has achieved this. Before going to this, again, let me tell you that why this is necessary. This is necessary because until and unless we go through the details that is expected, or we can say that the expected learning outcomes from the student that is shown over here, first needs to be understood by the teacher, because until and unless a particular teaching staff understand this concept or the outcomes that are set for the students, they will not be able to put their efforts towards this particular expected outcomes. So this basically session will help out to set the target with in the mind of oneself by considering these values, and then they will be able to go for the various pedagogical method that can be used to achieve these particular expected levels from the students. First, we will start with the level 4.5, that is for the undergraduate first year student. You can see in this particular column, first is related to the element of descriptor, and second is the level descriptor related to the undergraduate certificate. In other words, what is shown over here is that if the student is in the first year, these are the various fields in which we expect that they should show the outcome, and how we can recognize that they have shown their outcome is reflected in the column number 2. Say for example, outcome related to the knowledge and the understanding. So for the first year, the first element of the descriptor is knowledge and understanding. Now, how we can understand that the particular student has gained this particular outcome? If he is able to demonstrate the knowledge of the fact, concept, principle, theories, process of the board, etc. If he is able to understand the linkage between the learning areas, if he is able to demonstrate the procedural knowledge required for performing skill, we can say that the particular student has given the output related to the knowledge and understanding. Similarly, the descriptor is given for the general, technical, and the professional skill. Application of knowledge and skill. Now, if we try to focus on the words, the word shown over here for the level 1 is related to knowledge and understanding. Second is general, technical, and professional skill. Third is application of knowledge. Fourth is generic learning knowledge outcomes. Fifth is constitutional, humanistic, ethical, and moral values. Employability, job readiness, entrepreneurship skills, capabilities, quality, and the mindset. So, if we try to sum up, these are the qualities that are expected from the student of the first year. If we talk about the Bloom's taxonomy, yes, we can focus over the part that is related to the term knowledge and understand. Knowledge, understand, and application. These are the three keywords that we can learn from this particular level one. And to the demonstration of the skill. Moving ahead, if we try to think about the expectations from the second year students of the undergraduate program, again, what is expected is that they should have the knowledge and understanding related to the theoretical and the technical knowledge in broad multidisciplinary context. They should have the deeper knowledge and understanding. They should have the procedural knowledge required for performing skills. If we talk about the skill requirement, they should have the cognitive and the technical skill for performing and accomplishing complex tasks. Similarly, the analysis power, skills for synthesizing ideas, analyzing the concepts. Third parameter is that they should be able to do the application of the knowledge and the skill. Fourth parameter is again the generic learning outcome, and that is common for all the levels that can be observed over here. Next parameter is the humanistic, constitutional, and ethical and moral values that should be set among the student. And it can be, we can say that this objective is achieved if the student is able to demonstrate constitutional, humanistic, ethical, moral values. We can see his day-to-day life behavior, behavior with the family members or the friends or with the faculties or with the common public. Employability and the job readiness, entrepreneurship skill, capabilities, quality and mindset. So these are the level which are set for the undergraduate year two. Moving ahead, we will discuss about the undergraduate level third year, and the level is called as 5.5. Again, the first parameter is knowledge and understanding. Now over here, the knowledge and understanding related to what? Related to the comprehensive, theoretical and specialized knowledge in multidisciplinary context. It is related to the knowledge of the current and the emerging issues. It is related to the procedural knowledge required for performing and accomplishing professional tasks. General technical and professional skills that are required and perform accomplished tasks. Again, the cognitive and the technical skills should be enhanced. Cognitive and the technical skills to analyze the problem, to analyze the complex ideas, and to find out the general solutions for the real life problems. Students should show the application of the skills towards solving the problems that are related to the field. Some of the generic learning outcomes that can be observed from the student, or we can say after the successful demonstration of the student, we can say that this particular generic learning outcome is achieved is related to the capability. Again, these are the common terms: to listen carefully, to read, to analyze the point, to make coherent arguments, to meet one own learning needs, to do the critical thinking evaluation, to find out the evidences related to it, or to make the judgment on the basis of the observation and the analysis. Other elements that are considered are again related to the constitutional, humanistic, ethical, and the moral values. Similarly, the employability, entrepreneurship, etc. When we are talking about the fourth year of the undergraduate program, what is expected, like what are the elements and how we can make that this particular outcome is achieved. This is only when the student demonstrate the various acquisitions. Like if you are talking about the knowledge and the understanding, the student should be able to show the advanced knowledge related to the specialized field of inquiry with the depth in one or more field of learning, coherent understanding about the various methods, awareness and knowledge about the emerging development and the issues, procedural knowledge and performing of accomplishment task. Now, if we look minutely, all these the elements of the descriptors are same. However, the level of the descriptors or the demonstration details mentioned in for all of these years differ from year to year. Similarly, this also give us a bright idea about the expectations from the student of the post graduation first year. That means the level 6.5, and post graduation level number 7. That is a second year completion of the post graduation level 7. So again, when we try to observe over here, we can find that if even if the elements of the descriptors are kept same, the level or the demonstration expectations for each of these elements differs from level to level, right from 4.5 to 7. Now, if we try to do the comparative analysis for each of these levels and on the basis of the elements, this is beautifully represented in the PDF or the document that is being shared by the UGC. The link I have provided over here. If you try to go on this link and find out the page number 55, that is the annexure 1 under the given document, you can see the comparative analysis. Now, what this comparative analysis will help us? This comparative analysis will definitely help us to set our mindset, being a teacher, that what is the expectations from the particular year of the student, and then what type of efforts we need to put in to achieve that particular outcome. So this is the fact that we are the particular mechanism to bring the outcome from the particular student. So this particular session is important because this shows the expectations from the teachers, that what are they expected, how they should develop the learners. Learners means students. And this particular session give us a strong reason. That means for the teacher fraternity or the academicians to upgrade, to develop themselves, and to demonstrate their teaching abilities for shaping the future of the student. So until and unless we fix up the various level or the benchmark in our teaching, depending upon the year of the teaching that we are assigned or we are taking for the particular level set by the NHEQF, right from 4.5 to 8, we will not be able to measure the outcomes from the students to whom we teach. So this is very necessary to have a detailed study about this NHEQF, expectations of the NHEQF, how to understand, how can we say that a particular outcome the students has shown and we have achieved, being a teacher, we have achieved by giving these particular values among the student so that they can show it in a proper way. So the further part is related to developing oneself to carry on the various skills, to inculcate the various contents of the education that is highlighted under NEP. Let it may be the technical education part, or it may be the skill development, or related to the vocational, or related to the universal human values. So for each of these individual content, particular teacher need to shape themselves and to show the brilliancy, that how they can inculcate such values among the students so as to get the better output. So I guess that this particular session will definitely make one to understand that how it is important for a teacher to go through this national NHEQF levels, and that is related as a benchmark for the development or for the measure of the outcomes, measuring the outcomes. So, with this, I conclude my session over the particular topic that is related to the National Higher Education Qualification Framework and the levels set by them. Thank you.